Harvard professor Elizabeth Warren has her biggest lead yet over Republican incumbent Senator Scott Brown in a new University of Massachusetts Boston Herald poll, 49% to 42%. That is an absolutely devastating poll for an incumbent senator, which is why Karl Rove's group, Crossroads GPS, is running this ad against Elizabeth Warren.
The first thing I'm going to promise is that I'm going to be a voice in the room on behalf of middle-class families.
Really? Congress had Warren oversee how your tax dollars were spent, bailing out the same banks that helped cause the financial meltdown. Tell Professor Warren, we need jobs, not more bailouts and bigger government.
I can tell in that attack ad that they are using the word professor as an insult, as something you should run away from, that how dare a professor, a Harvard professor, run for the United States Senate. How are you countering that in my old neighborhood in Dorchester at the other end of the red line from Harvard Square?
All I can say is, yeah, I have a job at Harvard, but I wasn't born at Harvard. I worked hard. I grew up in a family kind of on the ragged edges of the middle class and got a good education. I grew up in an America that invested in kids like me. And ultimately, that's how I ended up at a place like Harvard. But what I really care about is keeping those opportunities open for the next generation of kids and the next generation and the generation after that. That's what I really think this election is about.
Now, did you see it coming that they were going to attack you as a friend of Wall Street and protector of Wall Street and coddler of the billionaires?
Well, let me put it this way. I knew that Wall Street was going to come after me with everything they had. There was no doubt. They want to make sure that I don't get to be the next senator from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. But it seems like the strategy now is the kitchen sink strategy. Throw anything you can at her and let's see what happens. Let's keep in mind what was going on just a little over 3 years ago. Karl Rove was part of the inner circle while George W. Bush is telling Congress and a nation, we got to bail out the big financial institutions. His Secretary of the Treasury is handing out money to the largest financial institutions, no strings attached. I go down to Washington and I'm calling him out for it. I'm calling him out on executive bonuses. I'm calling him out on the fact that they're giving this money away, no strings attached, and I get attacked for it. Okay, then we roll forward 3 years. Now Karl Rove takes money from Wall Street in order to attack Elizabeth Warren for being cozy with Wall Street. This one just goes beyond anything I had ever imagined. I really am. I'm just amazed. It leaves you speechless.
Well, I think Rove's going to find out that Massachusetts voters are a little smarter than that.